Instead of going into a new Go Math lesson, I'm going to take a break for a second and use TouchMath in order to help us create a multiplication facts sheet. For this lesson, you'll need a blank piece of paper and 2 writing utensils. I'm choosing a black pen and a red pen. However, a black pen and a pencil can work just as well. You'll also need to know TouchMath. So if you want, you can go online and type in TouchMath. And what I like to do is go under Images, because here you'll see the representation of numbers. This is the one I usually use within the classroom, although I do make 6 slightly different than what you'll see here. But what it is they're using dots to represent each number. For the example, number 1 has 1 dot, 2 has 2 dots, 3 has 3 dots, 4 has 4 dots, 5 has 5 dots, and 6 is slightly different. Once you get from 6 beyond, you'll see circles around the dots. And what they mean is that circle and dot you kind of count twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the number 7, 1, and since there's no circle, you can move on to the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. And you can see that the amount of dots is the same number as the number that they're representing. So what I'm going to do in this lesson is I'm going to show you how to use TouchMath. We're focusing mostly on this one, with the exception of number 6 is going to look slightly different, to help us with our math facts, our basic multiplications. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a new piece of paper. And we're going to start with numbers 2, only because of the fact that we know our 1's multiplication because of the identity property. Anything times 1 is that number. So 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 100 is 100, 1 times 1,038,000 is 1,038,000. So we're going to go straight into the 2's. Now what you're going to do for this is you're going to draw the number 2 quite big. Now if you don't remember where the dots go for number 2, then you can look online and you can see that it's going to go at the 2 tips. 1, 2. So you're going to go 1, 2. Once you're done drawing out your 2's, what you're going to do over on this side is you're going to write out the multiplication equations. So we're going to start at 2 times 0 equals, and we're not going to solve any of them yet. What we're going to do is just solely write them out. So we're going to do 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 2 times 2. And what I like to do is just do 3 facts first before moving on to the next row, the next column. And in the next column, you want to give it a little bit of space so that you could put an answer here. So you're going to skip a little bit, and then you're going to continue. 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 2 times 2 with the equal sign. And we're going to continue 2 times 3 equals, 2 times 4 equals, 2 times 5 equals. And again, you're going to skip a little bit of space and then continue. After 5 is 6, 2 times 6, 7, 8. And over here, you're going to skip again, give it some space. 2 times 9. And for division, because we're also going to be using this as we go to the division one, we're going to draw a line here and put 2 times 10. That line is kind of important to use, and I'll explain why more later. But what we're going to do is we're not going to solve any of it. We're going to finish creating this for all the numbers 2 through 9. And so when we're done with 2, we'll start 3. So we're going to draw 3 very big. And then we're going to add the dots. And again, if you don't know the dots, then you can look online. All I did was type in TouchMath, and then I hit Images on Google. And you can see that the dots go 1, 2, 3 at the 2 tips and right in the middle. So right at the 2 tips, 1, 2, and right in the middle, 3. And then you're going to write all the facts out. 3 times 0 equals 3 times 1 without solving yet, 3 times 2. Then after we write about 3 of them, we're going to go to the next column, leaving a little bit of space for the answer. Once we hit 3 times 9, we'll draw a squiggly line and do 3 times 10 equals. So we're going to keep doing this for all of the numbers, and when we're done with this, it should look a little bit like this. So you can see how we have the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's all that fit on one page. And how we don't have any answers. We just did 0, 1, 2, multiplied by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, squiggly line 10, all the way down. And because I didn't want it to bleed through, I used the second page to finish off 8 and 9. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video and then create your own writing for now. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and list them all out nice and neat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video to give you a little bit of time. I mean, actually not I will pause the video. I highly recommend that you pause the video, give yourself enough time to catch up while I move on to the next step. Okay, now for the next step, we're going to be using our different writing utensil. In my case, I'll be using a red pen, but you can use a pencil, and that way you'll be able to erase if you do make a mistake. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill in all of these math facts, starting with the 2's, and then we'll repeat the same process for the 3's and so forth. And the way that we're going to do that is that we know that 2 times 0 is going to be 0, because what we're saying is 2 is being repeated 0 times. So 2 times 0 is 0. You didn't touch the circles at all. You didn't use any TouchMath. What they're saying for the next one, 2 times 1 is 1, 2. 2 times 1 is 2, and we know that because of the identity property. As well as if you're to use TouchMath, you would count this 1, 2 times. 2 times 2, what you would do is you'd say, hey, 2 times 1 is 2. So if we're using TouchMath, the next number after 2 is 3. And then we'll touch the different dots as we count the numbers. After 2 is 3, so we'll start at 3, 4. 2 times 2 is 4. What's the number after 4? The number after 4 is 5. And so we'll use TouchMath and say 5, 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Because if we were to count these out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 times, we would end up with 6 of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep doing that process. What's the number after 6? The number after 6 is 7. So let's use TouchMath and say 7, 8. The reason why we're counting by 2's and we're tapping it 7, 8 is because there's only 2 dots and each one gets a number. The number after 8 is 9, 9, 10. There's no extra dots and we made sure to use all of them. The number after 10 is 11, 11, 12. The number after 12 is 13, 13, 14. The number after 14 is 15, 15, 16. The number after 16 is 17, 17, 18. The number after 18 is 19, 19, 20. And you know you did it right when after the squiggly line you see that 2 times 10 equals 20, because we know that anything multiplied by 10, you're just adding one place value to it. So instead of it being the 2's, it's in the 20's. Instead of it being the 1's, it's in the 10's. Now let's show that with a little bit more complicated number like 3, and then we're going to keep modeling for other ones. We know that 3 times 0 is 0 because we didn't use or count any of the dots. If we were to count all of these dots one time, then we'd count 1, 2, 3 dots. So 3 times 1 is 3. The number after 3 is 4. So this first dot, we'll say 4, and we'll count all the dots until we're done. 4, 5, 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. The number after 6 is 7. 7, 8, 9. 3 times 3 is 9. The number after 9 is 10. 10, 11, 12. 3 times 4 is 12. The number after 12 is 13. So that's the first one we're going to count here. 13, 14, 15. The number after 15 is 16. So we're going to count it here. 16, 17, 18. The The number after 18 is 19. 19, 20, 21. The number after 21 is 22. 22, 23, 24. The number after 24 is 25. 25, 26, 27. And the number after 27 is 28. 28, 29, 30. And from here, you could see that 3 times 10 is 30, so we did it correctly. If for whatever reason this the times 10 doesn't make sense, then you messed up somewhere. So start again from the 3 times 0 equals 0, and then redo all of them. We're going to go to a more complicated number right now, just to make sure, because you could continue doing that same pattern for 4, 5, 6, and 7. But let's start at one of the more difficult ones that has more numbers to it. Let's start at the 8 now. Keep in mind that when you have a dot and a circle, you're going to tap that twice, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that 8 times 0 is 0 because we're not going to count any of the circles right now. Then we're going to count the circles just one time, all of them just once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 1 is 8. The number after 8 is 9. So we're going to do that again, starting from left, going all the way down. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 8 times 2 is 16. The number after 16 is 17. So we're going to start by using the number 17. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. What I want to challenge you to do is to pause the video and then try doing the rest of these on your own and then compare your answers to mine. Right now would be a good time for you to pause, but I'm going to continue the explanation. The number after 24 is 25. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. The number after 32 is 33. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 8 times 5 is 40. The number after 40 is 41. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 8 times 6 is 48. The number after 48 is 49. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Keep watch and see how I'm actually using TouchMath. I'm actually pointing at them. I'm actually counting them. Don't be afraid to do that, and don't rush through the process. Make sure that your the numbers that you're saying are as you tap each dot. The number after 56 is 57. 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. 8 times 8 is 64. The number after 64 is 65. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. 8 times 9 is 72. And last but not least, we're hoping that this 8 times 10 is going to be 80 after we do the TouchMath. If not, we did it wrong, so we have to find where our mistake is. The number after 72 is 73. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. All right. That shows that we did it right. Hopefully you paused it and now you're just comparing your answer with mine, and hopefully you got them all correct. I'm going to do it again for 9s, and then I'm going to show you the answers for 4, 5, and 6 to make sure that you guys are using the right cheat sheet or the right math facts and whatnot, because if these answers are wrong, then when we start doing division and when we start doing multi-digit multiplication, you'll be having a lot of errors just for not having the right basic math facts. So let's do 9 times 0. This one's a cool one, and I'll count it once we get to 9 times 1. But we know 9 times 0 is 0 because we have not needed to tap any of the numbers. Now if we're to tap all the dots once, then we would count it. I like to start in the face first. This reminds me of like Snoopy, like the dog from Peanuts movie and whatnot, Charlie Brown. 1, 2, 3. And then when we get to these ones, we're counting them twice. So let's start from the face again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's how we got the first set. The number after 9 is going to be 10. I'm going to start with the face first and then go all the way down. After 9 is 10. So we're going to start at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're 9 times 2 is 18. The number after 18 is 19. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 9 times 3 is 27. We're going to continue on. The number after 27 is 28. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 9 times 4 is 36. Just like in the other one, I would challenge you, if you can, to pause this video right here and then continue on by yourself. When you're finished doing all the 9s, you can, play the video and make sure that you have it correct. 9 times 5, the number after 36 is 37. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So hopefully you got that correct if you pause the video and try to do it on your own. After 45 is 46, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. 9 times 6 is 54. The number after 54 is 55. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. 9 times 7 is 63. The number after 63 is 64. 64, 65, 66, 60. The number after 63 is 64. Don't be afraid if you feel like you made a mistake to start again. 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. 9 times 8 is 72. The number after 72 is 73. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. 9 times 9 is 81, and we're hoping that 9 times 10 is going to be 80, but let's use TouchMath to make sure that none of these might have been a mistake. After 81 is 82, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. All right. So double check your answers, I hope, at this point, and I hope you did well. If not, review the video and see what you made mistakes on. At this point, I'll show you the answers. Well, we did 2 and 3 together, so hopefully you have them right. I'm going to fill in those answers later on my own cheat sheet. But for 4, 5, 6, and 7, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to write all the answers up so that you can compare your answers to mine. And just make sure that they're all right before moving on to the next video. All right, so hold on a moment. We did the 2s and 3s together, so I'm not going to go over them individually. But you could even see on my cheat sheet, I accidentally messed up while I was doing the 3s, and I started at 3 times 1, 3 times 2, so my answer shifted a little. And so if you make mistakes, this is not a place where you want any mistakes. So make sure that you're carefully making sure all the answers are correct with me. Let's look at your 4 answers. After you completed them, you should have got 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 7 is 28, 4 times 8 is 32, 4 times 9 is 36, and 4 times 10 is 40. Go ahead and make adjustments if you need to, and also find out and prove to yourself that those are the correct answers. Don't just copy them just because Ms. Tolentino said those are right. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 6 is 30, 5 times 7 is 35, 5 times 8 is 40, 5 times 9 is 45, and 5 times 10 is 50. Go ahead and double check your answers and make sure you make any necessary adjustments. Pause the video if you need to. 6s. 6 times 0 is 6, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 7 is 42, 6 times 8 is 48, 6 times 9 is 54, 6 times 10 is 60. Go ahead and double check your answers. Pause the video if you need to. Sevens, 7 times 0 is 7, 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 5 is 35, 7 times 6 is 42, 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 8 is 56, 7 times 9 is 63, and 7 times 10 is 60. Again, pause this video if you need to and double check your answers. We did 8 and 9 together, 2 and 3 together, and so you're just checking the answers for 4, 5, 6, and 7. You will be allowed to, and I encourage you to use this if you need to, while we're doing homework and classwork. You could use the same cheat sheet. You don't have to rewrite it over and over and over because that will be very time consuming. I want you to focus on the process rather than get boggled down with these steps. That being said, if we take a quiz or test, you will not be allowed to use this sheet. What I will do, though, is I will give you a blank piece of paper, and if you remember how to put the dots, and if you remember how we did this process, I would highly encourage you, and for some people I might make it mandatory, for you to write this out before even taking the test. In 5th grade, we're focused a lot more on the application of multiplication, the application of division, and so I don't want you to get boggled down with simple, basic math facts. Have it accessible for you. Yes, you have this cheat sheet you can use for, classwork and homework so you don't have to rewrite it every single time. But for a quiz and test, when you're about to get graded on it and it's an assessment, take the time. I'll give you a sheet of paper, create one of these right before taking the test, and yes, it'll take a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it. All right? So make sure that you know how to complete this worksheet on your own using TouchMath to help write all your basic multiplication facts. This will be a very useful tool. In the next 2 videos, I'm also going to take a break from Go Math for a sec, not 2 videos, the next video, and really focus on what our mathematical fluency target for 5th grade is before I create the next video on Chapter 2, Lesson 1. All right, enjoy.